Yo, what up, what up, what up? Yo, let me take off my spectacles. You see how the light reflecting off the spectacle? It look crazy, like I'm hooked up to some I-beam joint or something. You know what I mean? I'm just take them joints off. You know what I mean? So listen, dinosaurs stomped out graves, man-made slaves, up to date, those are their ways. They used to live in caves, not the Caucasus Mountains. That's the white man, or should I say, that's the white face of the nation was built on. Now we got black prominent leaders, ministers, Farrakhan's. They said that the Red Sea was parted. I want in, I want to see where it started. I want to win, I got the will regardless. I'm not a god, Allah born culture divine. Call me a newborn, I'm honest. The words that I spit are split holes through a cottage. I'll melt any cheese, heat you with Fahrenheit, cool you with degrees. I exist. $50. That's just one of my joints from back in the day. I used to, rock that joint every now and then. But listen, what I'm going to do is today was crazy. When I've been trying to get to the next district, you know what I mean? I've been going through a long amount of resistance. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get to the next district and have my channel car in no less of a place. So what I would do is I would have the channel car, the next district, everything in the same place. So it's like it's not easy. It's going to be like, you know what I mean? When I transfer, like everything I'm doing at the same time, like I gotta, you know what I mean? I'm having all my information that I have here in this district. So it's going to be crazy to have everything here and then transfer everything at one time. So it's like crazy. I try to do that today. So you know what I mean. The way I'm gonna do it is, I'm gonna try and align the channel car with the next district and move through the mainstream at the same time. Because if I could do that, you know what I mean. Like I'm supposed to do the hip hop headquarters. I'm supposed to do the hip hop headquarters, right? But the sick pay is, you know what I mean? I'm supposed to be doing the hip hop headquarters with the sick pay, with the retirement, with the hip hop bail, with the hip hop maternity leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to do that, but I got to go to the government for that. You know what I'm saying? This just changing districts. You know what I mean? I don't got to go to the government. You know what I mean? I could just get donations and go to another district. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is click on the link in the description. Always reserve your options to click on the link in the description. So when something change, you can easily just be like, boom. You just go and donate. You can make a purchase, music. You can just listen to music if you want to. You can just go click on the link in the description and listen to the latest music. The latest music is playing right now. You know what I'm saying? The latest music is the music that I first introduced to Times Square, which was Weed Legal. When I introduced Weed Legal, I went through 16 tracks. First I rehearsed my lines, right? First I rehearsed my lines. Like you heard me just do that rhyme, right? First I rehearsed my lines. Then after I rehearsed my lines, I went to the studio. The studio was on an hourly basis. So you pay like whatever it is hourly. So I paid that hourly time, and you know what I mean. I would be like, "Yo, check 1 2, check 1 2." I would throw a couple of lines together because I never was in the booth. It was the first time when I did Weed Legal. Check Weed Legal out. I never was in the booth, just so you have an idea what type of content I'm dealing with without ever being in the booth before. So when I rehearsed my lines and then I went in the booth, it was based on conserving the amount of money that you would have to spend, just playing around in the booth. So I wasn't playing around the booth. I just rehearsed my lines, went in the studio a couple of times, did one track here, did one track, took it to Times Square, you know what I mean, squared off, you know what I mean? So then it was like once I actually got ready to do the album, I just went in there, paid the hourly rate. You don't pay the hourly rate until the time is up. So I paid I did the 16 tracks for We Legal. All 16 tracks play on the link in the description. You know what I mean? You can buy them, but all of them play. It's not no preview or nothing like that. You can just go and check and see my content. Crazy. You can check it right now. You know what I mean? Just to see if it work or not. Click on the link in the description. Check out We Legal. You got to scroll all the way to the bottom. It's the last album. Because I just downloaded. I didn't put it in front of all the new content. I put it all the way at the bottom, in case somebody wanted to, check out my first album. So check it. When I took my first album to Times Square, that I recorded straight 16 tracks. The 16 tracks was like, you'll learn your lesson. The government got ways of getting you aroused to the point of having an erection, climaxing, having kids, just part of the system, tampering with your way of thinking, leaving you in a daze with a blurry vision. Now that track was so crazy, like, real extremes were transferring. This district got a lot of information that transfers like that, but you never see it. You know what I mean? So it's my word against their word. But when I put it on We Legal, it never moved. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't put my word against their word. It was just like, I'm gonna just say this, you know what I mean? And I know what I'm talking about. And when I knew what I was talking about, it was like, that's gotta be real, because nothing else was that real. But I went through a long amount of redirections after I put out We Legal. A long amount of redirect. I never got paid straight up off We Legal. I never got the $650 I wanted, because I wanted the $650 off We Legal for particular reasons. And the reason I wanted the $650 off We Legal, because I wanted it to be like in a 3D type of a 3D type extreme. I wanted it to be like in 3D, like, you know what I mean? I wanted to like be at the people, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You'll see what I'm talking about, not just, somebody talking and don't know what they're talking about. So I wanted it in 3D. So check it. After I did the 16 tracks, I took the We Legal to Times Square. When I took it to Times Square, it was like, people was like, he not here. You know what I mean? The person that told me to bring it up there wasn't there, right? So I was like, all right, boom, just leave this for him, you know what I mean? And I'll come back, you know what I mean? So I did it like that. I didn't see the actual person that told me to come up there. So, you know what I mean? When the person told me to come up there and I didn't see him, I just was like, I asked for the person and it was like, the person not here, you know what I mean? So I just left the music. I left the album. So when I left the album, then I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing from the person. It was like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to get, jerked for my album. So I kept checking back up. You know what I mean? Like, yo, is he here now? Is he here? What's up? Tell me something. You know what I mean? So it was like, boom. Still didn't hear nothing. So I just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? I made copies off the masters. You know what I mean? I just got copies made. Boom, 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 boom. Give me 20 of those. Give me 20 of those. I'm gonna move them through the district. I went and moved them, right? So when I moved them, it was like, the different corporate companies, and they was like, you know what I mean? We can't really do nothing. We can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. Boom, we can't do nothing. So it was like, you know what I mean? I was moving them, right? It was like, you know what I mean? Nobody would really get on We Legal for real. Check the content. When you click on the link in the description, see what I'm talking about. Whether the content was crazy, like 2012 when Barack Obama was the president. See if the content was crazy right then, because if you check the content was so crazy. Like, I was like, these days are strange. Why would they need a piece of paper that states blacks can't be slaves? Mr. President, you can't forget what you're up against. Egypt's gold got stole, never returned. Woolworth stores got closed, churches burned. Mr. President, let's ignore their temptation. guilty of spying on the citizens to maintain order throughout the nation the same way slaves did. Yo, I was rocking in the joint. I was rocking the joint. When I rocked it, it's on the link in the description. When I rocked it, the president was just in office, you know what I mean? So he was like, yo, like 3D, like, yo, you know what I mean? This is crazy, like, you know what I mean? These days are strange, you know what I mean? It was like, you know what I mean? Everybody was like bugging, like, why are you talking directly to him, you know what I mean? Everybody's bugging off of how my delivery was. My delivery was crazy, like, you know what I mean? Sound like you're talking directly to him. So the president was like, you know what I mean? He didn't respond to it like, you know what I mean? Like, that's nice music and nothing like that. But, you know what I mean? I got my message across because it was like, you know what I mean? To be the first black president, it was like, you know what I mean? Nobody was telling them nothing real. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, these days are strange. Why would they need a piece of paper that states blacks can't be slaves? You know, if you wasn't a slave, why would they need to write it down on the Constitution that you're not a slave? You know what I'm saying? Why our minds aren't just geared so you free? You know what I mean? Why you need a piece of paper to write it down? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. I ripped it, Joy. I ripped it. Check the link in the description. It's all there. You know what I'm saying? It's all there. All musical though. You know, it ain't like I'm saying it now. It's all musical, like, you know what I mean? Entertaining, like. So check it. So We Legal was fire. You know what I'm saying? We Legal was fire. I didn't get no money. I didn't get no money on We Legal. It's at Amazon. It's at Amazon. It's at my website. You can buy it off the website and it goes straight through PayPal and go straight in my account. You know what I mean? I get paid off it directly. I don't have to do nothing if you buy it, you know what I mean? But you could just listen to it. Just check it out so you'll know what's real and what's not real, because the company that accepted my album was like, you know what I mean? They didn't know, check it. They didn't know how to handle the album. The album was like, I went through straight 16 tracks. You know what I mean? Welcome to Ghana, Africa. You can be from Italy. I'm not mad at you. The actions speak for itself, but when it comes back at you, don't think it won't be a rat-tat-tat at you. I grew up half home, half street, half woke, half sleep. Yo, the album is crazy for real. The album is crazy. Check the album at the link in the description. Donate if you don't want to buy the album. You know what I mean? Buy the album if you want to buy the album. You know what I mean? It's only like 99 cents. You know what I mean? Check it. So that's one track. So listen, when We Legal came out, it was so fire that you had to be on the Greyhound bus, and you know what I mean? They'd be like, yo, move over, you move over. And We Legal was playing. You know what I'm saying? We Legal was, I had my headphones on, like bopping to the government more, you know what I mean? I'm bopping to the government got ways of getting you aroused to the point of having an erection, climaxing, having kids, just part of the system, tampering with your way of thinking. I'm listening to that in my headphones, and somebody like, yo, move your leg over, you too tall. You know what I mean? I'm bugging, I'm trying to get my record deal, and somebody, you know, bugging out because my leg's long. Crazy. So I'm like, yo, when I get a hip hop headquarters one day, I'm not going to let the artists catch no Greyhound bus. You know what I'm saying? The content was like, you know what I mean, classified information to be on a Greyhound bus amidst the public. You know what I'm saying? So I was like bugging. I was like, yo, how I'm on a bus, you know what I mean, trying to get a deal, you know what I mean? The people I'm supposed to be signed to, supposed to make sure I don't have to go through all that, you know what I mean? I'm on the bus all crowded in, you know what I mean, trying to get this deal with content that's crazy. So check it. The president bugging off the content, you know what I mean? Everybody's bugging off the content. Like, you know what I mean? Weed should be legal as opposed to drinking alcohol. Weed hurts less people. I was bugging on my tracks. My tracks was like, weed is actually going to be legal, but as opposed to drinking alcohol, Weed hurts less people. Like, you know what I mean? It's nobody with content like that right now. So you can imagine what 2012 looked like. 2012 was crazy because weed was actually not legal, but in some states it was allowed. It was in the process of being legalized. So check it. I was like, you know what I mean? Weed should be legal as opposed to drinking alcohol. So alcohol is like all toxic, like it messes up your kidneys, your liver, and all that. Weed don't do that. Weed is just a mild, you know what I mean? A mild high, you know what I mean? You don't get drunk. You can drive off weed for real, but you're not allowed to drive in districts where it's legalized. But you know what I mean? The point that I'm making is you don't automatically crash a car, smoking weed. When you drink alcohol, you crash a car, you can't function, you know what I mean? It's so crazy to be drunk, you know what I mean? Weed, you don't get drunk, you just be high. You know what I mean? You be high off the weed. You don't have the same effects of weed as you do alcohol. Alcohol is way too toxic. It's in restaurants, grocery stores, gas stations, malls. Alcohol is everywhere. Planes. Alcohol is not in libraries, but you know what I mean? Alcohol is everywhere. Weed, you got to go to a dispensary. You got to, it's handled delicately. You know what I mean? You can't just get weed from anywhere in legal districts. Check it. So I went to the legal districts and was like, yo, I got this new album, Weed Legal. It doesn't promote weed per se, but you know what I'm saying? I need to, be able to sell my album so people have something to listen to, when they smoking weed, when they weed it. You know what I mean? So they was like, well, send a copy, send us a copy. So I send a copy. They'd be like, well, we don't really need, no music right now, because they was kicking their doors in and all that. Weed legal, like the prohibition with alcohol. Alcohol was like there was moonshining and all that when alcohol first came out, right? When alcohol was first legalized, it wasn't legal to begin with. It was like the prohibition with they was moving white lightning, you know what I mean? That corn liquor. They was moving corn liquor. They called it white lightning. And when they moved the corn liquor, it was like, you know what I mean? They put jugs in their trunk and drove it across the state lines and all that. Same way they did, anything else, but alcohol, particularly because it's completely legal now. So weed was the same way, but weed is less toxic than alcohol. Weed is not as toxic. So it's, it's completely crazy to be, going through all these extremes that don't get you drunk. You know what I'm saying? Just, a high, you get high and you know what I mean? It's not a drunk sensation. You know what I'm saying? So listen, the weed legal aspect, it had welcome to Ghana, Africa. You can be from Italy. I'm not mad at you. It had an arm, a leg, an arm, and a head. It had $50. What's its meaning? Is it DOLLA 50 or is it just for beefing? Is it grimy? Is it a dirty money? Or is it attributed to rhyming without logical reason? What's the meaning? Yo, the album crazy off the district. You know what I mean? The album crazy. So listen, click on the link in the description. See what Weed Legal sound like to you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do another live stream. I'm gonna get out of here right now. But listen, I'm trying to gain support off of Weed Legal being my first album and never getting paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get something out of the deal. You know what I mean? Letting everybody see what I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? And they could, click on the link in the description and do it how it normally be done. Instead of me dealing with Amazon, they're not playing it all over there completely. They're playing it, but it's like, I don't have no live stream for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a live stream now, like, yo, check Weed Legal, my first joint. You know what I mean? Nobody do that for their first joint. When you see how my first joint sound, you're going to be like, yo, that's crazy. He came out the gate like that. You know what I mean? He came out the gate fire on his first joint and then get paid nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, check the joint out. Yo, peace, $1.50, 2G, what it is, you already know. Yo, click on the link in the description when I end this joint, you know what I mean? And see what it's all about. Listen to some other music. Listen to the new tracks I got out. It's crazy content for the new, new listeners. You know what I mean? If you my new listeners, $1.50 International, subscribe. Throw your likes up there. You know what I mean? You listening to me now. Throw your likes up there. Subscribe. As soon as the video come out, as soon as the live stream come out, you be the first one on it. You know what I mean? And it'd be real for you. And you know what I mean? You could pass it on to your friend. Be like, yo, it's a live stream. Get ready to come out. You know what I mean? $1.50. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Peace. $1.50.